Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. So I got this my South Bend Heavy 10, my lathe here. This is, I guess I've had this for about 3-4 years now. I have a 4-jaw chuck and I have a 3-jaw chuck, but my problem is they're huge. This is like a big 6-inch, and you know, when you're trying to do smaller things, it's really hard. And then I have a 4-jaw chuck, which is even bigger than this. It's like I don't know, an 8-inch or something. It's like totally overkill. But, and a lot of the stuff I do is like little things. You know, I make little washers or little things here. This is more or less like somebody was getting rid of this, and I took it off their hands basically. Anyway, I was at a flea market and I got some stuff, and one of the things that somebody had was one of these chalks. It's like one of those cheapy 3-jaw chalks, but it had the other jaws with it, and he only wanted $20 for it, so I couldn't beat it. And as far as size comparison goes, you can see how much smaller this is. So before, what I was going to do is I was going to make up like a plate, you know, super little plate thing, mount that on this and it. But I realized that I actually had a plate, and it's actually for my South Bend right here, and it's I think it's 2 1/4 is the, because this is the heavy 10 or something. It's got the bigger, you know, pass through hole. So anyway, I had this plate from something else. I think this was from one of those 5C college chucks, which was just nothing but a junk. And I forget what even happened to it. I think I ended up giving it to somebody with a little lathe I had, and he was looking for some parts, and I kept the plate. Because I actually have the 5C collet system I use for this. I have the whole thing I pushed through. So I really didn't need it. It brought it out to here, and it, you know, like I said, the little 5C thing I have works out great. I don't even know where it's at now. But yeah, you know, I have all the 5C collets, as you can see up there. It works out great. And it just, you know, it's a lot better than this thing. But anyway, I figured I'd like to use this chuck, and I got to be, and it was, for like the longest time, I kept putting this chuck inside this chuck. You know, I just kept doing that when I was doing smaller pieces. But then again, too, I'm starting to stick out about here, and you know, it run out everything else and it's sticking out. So anyway, I figured what I was going to do is, since I had that plate just sitting there, and like I said, I'm just going to trim it down, you know, turn it down a little bit so it'll fit inside here, and then I'll just do the, I think it's a 3-bolt pattern. I'll check out which one I need for that, and I'll bolt that. But at least this way it'll be a plate on there, and the plate screws on, so I know it'll always be good every time I go to use it. You know, and honestly, every time I put this plate on, it pretty much reads perfect. So I'm not really worried about, you know, the, if you see, it'll, let me get it over here a little bit. But as you can see, like, let me put it back down to 0 here. You can even see that or not, but as you turn it, it doesn't even move. It's a perfect plate. So anyway, and every time I put it on and take it off, it's the same way every time. So what I'm going to do is just turn this little edge down right here. This is what the 5C collet, the other one, went to. I'm just going to turn this down, you know, drill some holes, I guess, from the back. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through some big plates here. So I may end up, because I think I guess I'll have to see where it comes out. I think it's going to be right on the edge here. So I may have to do some turning down here too. But whichever way, we'll get it to fit on this piece here. And it'll save me a lot of headache then. I mean, although I guess putting it in 3-jaw chuck is a lot easier. But then it's, you know, it's constantly seeing if it's, you know, running true. It's just a pain. I'd rather be able to just put the plate on. And a lot of times I'm using the smaller chucks anyway. I'd love to use a smaller chuck. I don't know how accurate this thing's going to be, but I can probably ground it down too. But anyway, so if you're interested, you want to watch, stick around. If not, thanks for watching. Anyway, as we always say is, you know, you always have safety first. So I have my helmet and everything else. Usually I use glasses. I don't know what happened to them. And this has been working out okay. So this is my measurement for the inside of that. And obviously, you know, I'll go closer. But I'm going to do this actually without even turning on my DRO, because I don't think I really need it for this. Probably make it easier, but I'm just being lazy. So anyway, stay tuned. See what we can do here. Try to get this in a position here where you can see it. I don't know what you want to see here. Move it over this way a little bit. Bear with me here, I'm not a great cameraman, and this is a really cheap camera, but I guess it's better than my phone. So, alright, what was I doing next? Yeah, turn this over. Now I just have a one of these, I guess it's one of the carbide plates. I had gotten some of these off of, I think it was eBay or something. Somebody was having a clearance on some kind of Ken metal inserts, and I think they work out pretty well. So, all right, let's see what we got here. All right. Move this one on this way. Let's see if I can move that over that way. It's so hard to get this. Try to give you a top view of this. Alright, so here we're at the mill. I actually drilled one hole. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this drill bit out. Let's go back to that thing. And we'll go back to putting our, this is hardened, so, you know, I'll go back to putting my carbide tip in, my center drill. So I'll go to continue to drill the second hole. Now I guess the way I got these numbers was the diameter of the holes, the distance between the holes by the sine of 180, which is three holes divided by 180 equals 0.8660. So that's my number, 3.295034, whatever. So anyway, that was the first hole. Let me get to the, maybe up to the DRO here. Let's see if you can see that. And we'll go to, I guess it's, is it enter? No. Next one? Okay, it's the next one. All right, so then I'll move my, so it's, I'll look at my thing, but we'll, here you go. We'll move this like this, go up. Get that as much as possible. I got a lot of backlash in this mill. Keith Rucker actually has the same exact mill as this, and he has a whole video on how to adjust the, you know, the ways and everything else. I've just been so busy I haven't a chance to do it. It's still been working out fine. I actually do have a power feed too. We'll just do it this way. All right, so let's get there. That should be about good. Come on, you can do it. There you go. All right, so we're now down at the dropping the drill bits. Grab that real quick. Move you back over where we're at here. All right. Let's get back to the mill. Back to this. Grab my drill bit here. Yeah. Now I actually have a rough line here, basically where, let me zoom in a little bit here, where it should be at. Now I do have this set up as an automatic feed, so I think what I'll just do is, I can do it manually or I can just do it automatic, but yeah, we're right there on the dot, so turn this guy on. Let's put some, little bit of juice in there. Let's see what we got here. These are 8mm bolts that are coming through here. Basically what I did was, or what I'm doing, get out a little bit more enough. I'm going to go with the, I think I used a 1/4-inch drill bit, then I went up to 5/16. I guess I could have done 8mm too, but shut that guy off. And do this. Take this guy out of here. The next one. Alright, should be good there. Put a little bit of juice on there. Drink, baby, drink. Alright. I do have it, like I said, I do have an automatic feed on this, but I'm not going to use it for this. I think I used it for a little bit, just when I got tired of pushing down, but give you an idea, it's very, very slow. I mean, you can adjust the down feed, of course, but as you can see, it's moving just on the slow side. And again, I forget what the settings are, you know, per inch, per whatever. I'm not a machinist. I just play one on TV. Alright, enough of that. Let's get this done. Put it back up. Alright. It just doesn't make it easier than, you know, just letting this guy do everything itself. There's the wheel right there moving. You see it there. And that's drilling down there. What do we got here? There we go. I only do a little bit at a time anyway. And then I release it. It does save some. I'm at about, what is that, 460 RPM, I think? 46 RPM? It's much easier using the auto feed. Just keep an eye on it. I only let it go down a little bit. I'm sure if you had like 15 holes to do, this would be great. I'm only doing 3 holes. Just for my chalk here. Cheap 3-yaw chalk. This is that heavy, heavy piece of hardened steel. I think I got past the hardened layer. What I should have done, I should have went around, did all 3, went back, used the one drill bit, because I was setting the depth, but I changed it to the other drill bit, so I just screwed all that up. But I still have the stop set up here. It won't go past. This has power down feed and also power up feed. I think when you pull out the knob, it'll reverse it. Something when you put it in low gear too, it reverses, and I don't know, I'm all confused with this when you change the belt and everything else. Getting there. It's just it's so thick because it's also going around the, and I'm screwed up too because I put this on the wrong side. So I'm gonna, when I take this off, I'll just, you know, chamfer the edges manually. Put some more juice in there. Just about there now. And there we go. We're through. All right. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of work just to drill these holes in this thing here. Now I'll switch up to the 5/16. In fact, this is the other hole. Yeah, that's very tight. 5/16, 8mm. I think it's the same exact thing. All right. This one I should be able to let the audit down for you to do it. Let's give it some juice. Do this again. Slowly but surely. There. Definitely saves on your hands, huh? Making a little bit of mess here. These other holes were the original ones for the, this had a collet closer or something on it. Never worked right from the beginning. Gave it to somebody for parts and just kept this plate, so there we go. That's two. And let's go to number three. Let's move this. And let's go basically just straight up. There we go. Right there. Go back. Just trying to get it close. That should be good. That should be perfect. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Alright. Get this guy back in here. A little bit around there. This on a run. Oh, my stop is set, that's why. I was wondering what was going on there. Alright. Gotta move my stop. Guess I must have had it out farther before. Okay, that should be good. Alright, let's let the other drill bit do all the walking, talking. Alright, nice and cool. I think I had it like this before. Alright, bombs away. like that. Just throw. Yep. All right. All right. Last operation. And start this. Put it down. I'll do that manually. It's probably putting a little too much pressure on it. Actually, no, it's fine. Alright, let it go. There it goes. All right. So, that's those three. A lot of cleaning up to do here. Now what I do have, let me see if I can find it. I do have a couple of these little threads here. Let me make sure that we're good. Where's the other ones I had? Here's another one. That's right, I think I had two. Get back here. guess this will just give me an idea whether we're good or not. Should be good. Bring this back up. Alright, let's take the drill bit out. Yeah, like I said, I got these two little bolts here on them, so let's see if we, hopefully it should line up. That looks pretty good to me. That is awesome. This is the first time I ever did bolt hole patterns, and it actually worked out pretty good. Let me pull this piece out. Alright, everything looks good. Would there be a reason why I can't take it out now? This is the back side, so I actually have to ream the front side of it. Not ream it, chamfer it. Actually, no. You know what? I made a mistake because I wanted to be able to put the. All right, let me see something. I mean, I guess I could do it without it. Yeah, I went in from the wrong way because I wanted to. These are the bolts for it, and I wanted to actually, you know, what do you call it? Just countersink them. Boy, they're really tight. I guess I should go with the 8mm. Yeah, it's really tight. No, I guess the tighter the better, right? All right, I guess I should just turn it over. I hate to, because now I'm going to lose everything, all my settings, but I guess I'm done. There's nothing else I can do, right? So I'll just have to flip it over the other side. I guess I can center it again. No, I can't, because then as soon as I'm going to lose my bolt hole. I'm going to lose everything. All right, I guess I'll just do it manually. All right. Let me just see, out of curiosity. Let's see if you really bolt. All right. Well, I'm sure I can fix them. That one's tight. Yeah, they're very tight. But that's the way you want it, right? You want it nice and tight. Okay. I hate doing this, but here we go. Ugh! We're out. Ugh! Oh, my mess. Yeah, because I think, see that's the back side, and see how they're not. See where the holes are at? That's not going to sit right, so I'm going to do something with that. I was going to say, I thought they were going to be really close because they're close to that edge, but let's see how this works out. Zoom it back out. Because that'll go like that. I'm probably going to mill this flat. I didn't realize how this was the other, this was like the thread part, but this is going to stick out. I didn't realize it was going in that tight. That's my only issue. I think because I don't know how much room I have between that and the back, but unless, you know what, I can try to, I guess I should put a milling in there and see if I can just try to mill that. Let's get all this out of which is fine. It's okay. But let's see if I got an 8mm end mill or something. Yeah, I didn't realize I was running around that much. Okay. Back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set this up in the lathe this way. Do all that again. Because first of all, it's too tight. That's an 8mm. I think this one's actually that's a 5/16. That's really tight. So I may have to go over it this way. And let's see about doing this. Let's try this again. I'm actually at the other hole, which I'll never be able to do, but let's see, how did I have this? I think I had this like this. Alright, let's try. Yeah, this is very, very tight. They're never going to go through. Come on. I know you're not supposed to do this. You don't put an end mill in a drill drill chuck. But just trying to line this thing up real quick. See if I got a half a chance at this. Let's do this. I know that's not going to do anything, but it's pretty much right there. If I move the other one, let's go next. How bad if I was to do this? How bad is that off? Because that'll probably help me out. Alright, that's that. Which is actually not too bad. I know it's not the same exact spot, but say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, that's close. Now, I guess what I'm going to do is mill this flat. I'm trying to think. I don't think I need this. So yeah, I'm going to mill that flat. And then see if I can try, or you know what I can try to do? Maybe if I could just mill out a hole. Let's go back up again. This one is what size is this? I can't see what that says. 8? Might be an 8mm. All right, well, let me do some, no, I'm sorry, you're not even looking. I'm over here. All right, let me bring it back when I get this thing all sorted out instead of just wasting tape. All right. I figured the easiest way is on my mill. So yeah, I already started trimming this down. Actually, I didn't realize I'm right there, but yeah, I started trimming this down a little bit already. So, you know, I figured that, I'll try to get you over here. If I can trim it back, get these out of here. Of course, it's all hardened, so it's making it even longer. And going through, I actually have some Ken metal bits that work out pretty good. Anyway, so what I figure is that what I'll do is just I'll cut it down. You know, I'll turn it down to make it all smooth, because I don't really need this piece anyway. But I'll go down past the bolt hole a little bit more. This way I'll still have a little bit of a lip on the back, because I think it uses the lip on the because this actually gets turned around the opposite way. So what I'll do is I'll just turn that down so I get a little bit past the it's an interrupted cut, obviously, so I'm taking a little piece off it. But what I'll do is I'll turn that down, leave a little bit, then I'll go back to the mill and I'll remount the holes, chamfer them. If I got to make them a little bit bigger, I'll make them a little bigger, and then hopefully it should work out pretty good. So this is like a little bit of a pain. It's a process, as you can see. Let's show you. And you can hear it because it's an interrupted cut, so I'm just taking little bites. I don't want to take much. It's getting a little warm. Let it cool off a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's just it's getting a little on the hot side. Actually, I think I can go some more. What I should actually do is, well, it's not going to matter. All right. Yeah, I'll move back on. Oh, what I'll do is I'll bring you back when I make some progress here. It's going to be a little bit and slow, so stay tuned. Be back. All right, my last step here is I'd like to just countersink these a little bit. Let's see how this will work out. Get you in a little closer. Let's see. Yeah. This is all hardened, so I'm using carbide, solid carbide. I didn't get any little tiny chips. Probably see better when I come to the other side. Perfect. All right. Let's move over to bolt pull pattern. Let me find it now. Yeah, good. All right. We're going to move over. Oh, you know what? I forgot to push the other button. Oh, not that it makes a difference, but I'll just be on the safe side here. Okay, looking good to me. Oh, sorry about that. Let's get you back in the mill there. Try to get a close-up of the hole. Now I also have a stop set right here, just so you know. I have a stop over here, so obviously as I come down, I'm going to hit the stop, and that'll stop me. So you get back on the bolt. Alright, here we go. Oh! I knew that one was going to be a little tight. The other one probably too, but really not much like. Oh, I think I moved a little bit. Not much, but yeah, just a little bit. But perfect. Alright, and now to the last one. Hopefully this won't give me a problem like the other one did. It's going to be that one right there. Just a little bit. Alright, let's see if that's the one. Pretty good to me. Alright, shut this thing off. Let's get this thing out of here. Yeah, it's my noisy bearings up there. I wonder if I should pull them out. That'll be a project for another day. Pull them out one day and see what I can, see if I can fix them bearings. I know they're a little noisy. Alright, so I think we're done. Just one little boo-boo there. I don't know what happened there, but let's pull this thing out. See what it looks like. And get some towels here, rag, something. Come on, baby. Alright. Let me bring this thing down here. Alright, here's what we're looking like. Get my, pull this off a little bit. I don't know what happened to that one. This was a 1/2" end mill because that's the only thing I really had. Let me pull this back. All right. Yep. All right. Put this somewhere over here. All right. Here's my chuck here. Up. Okay, should we grab this thing? I could probably make a bigger lip if I really wanted to for this right here, but see how this fits up right now. Okay, let's get this bolt. I have 2 sets of jaws for this thing, so it'll work out really nice because I have the inside and the outside. And if I'm doing a lot of smaller pieces, it'll be a lot easier to use this than I just don't know how symmetrical, you know, how well this is going to go in here, but we're going to find out, I guess. I should say how true it'll be, right? Not really sure. All right, let me bring it back when I get to the lathe here. All right, here we are back at the lathe. I mounted everything on there. There's the chuck, you know, on there looking pretty good. I have my indicator on here. I'm not sure if you can read that or not. I use my digital Matoyo because I figured it'd be maybe a little bit easier to read. If you can read that, maybe. I see it's very hard, but it's showing zeros, all zeros. As much as I turn. Now, of course, this is the back plate, though. This back plate was perfect. I mean, there was nothing. As you can see, it's perfect. I can move it. Move this a little bit. Move it side to side a little bit. I don't even get any play that way. It's like actually, it's just perfect. Now, let's move it, and you can see if I touch it a little bit, you can see it's moving, so that it's definitely on there. It's definitely working. Now my test is going to be, I don't even know if I have, see, I don't even know if I have anything. I guess I can use an end mill or something. I guess that should be, or a reamer or something. Let me see what I can use. I don't know. I'll try to use this. I'm not sure. Actually, let me do this. Let's move this a little bit now. I guess I can try to use like a reamer maybe. That would give me a good. Nice thing is I can go all the way in with it. Now, let me find my key for this one, because I don't think that chuck key will work. Yeah, that's too big. Where's my smaller one at now? Now I won't be able to find my chuck key. Too small. No, that'll work. Okay. All right. Let's see where we're at. Try to bring it over here. Just lower you down here. Bring it down a little bit. Bear with me a second. You're a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so now you should be able to see what happened to my Toya thing now. Did my battery die on this thing? I wonder if my batteries died on this thing. Ah, there it is. Something to do with the batteries or something. All right, let's see if I can try to get this thing down there. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Let's see if I can move this up a little bit. Yeah, it's not the best to see, but there you go. I think you guys can see that now. All right, I'm at 13. Let's see if I can zero this thing out. 0. Oh, my hand's going to be in the way. All right, let's see if I can turn this thing down. Now again, I'm just using a reamer, so I don't, yeah, it's off a lot. I don't know. You know what? Can I check? Yeah, it's. Let me grab an end mill real quick, just to make sure. That's one of those cheapy things. I might have to get a test bar, but let me see what I got here. That's a double-ended flute. All right, here's a carbide. Here's a carbide end mill. See if that'll work out. That gives me a much better reading, or it just may be off. Oh. I may have to do some adjusting. It could be it could be the jaws. It could be anything, you know, honestly. Let's try that out. Let's see how bad that thing looks. Because my next step would be, you know, how they make those true chuck draws. I guess I could always put some Allen keys in this thing. Sometimes trying to zero this thing is quite tough. Alright, I'll keep it at 1. It's going to move anyway, so yeah. Alright, so it's only one direction. 17,000. Yeah, that's a lot. 19, 20, 21. Alright. Now, like I said, the only thing I could try to do is let me see something here. Yeah, now we're going the other way. So it's reading proper. We're just off. So now I don't know if it's in the chuck, if it's in the actual, because that's moving too. Just by moving that, I guess I got to get myself a test bar. I don't really have anything that's good. Because I moved that in, that's pretty straight right there. Yeah, it's off, definitely. And not terrible. I mean, it is what it is. I wonder if I can try to take it out and put it back in again and see if it's different. Try to do this. All right, let's try to. I wonder if my batteries in this thing are going bad. Let me see if I get another indicator. This is not. This thing was perfect. All right. So get new batteries for this thing. All right. Let's try this little cheapy one. There we go. We'll try that. Pretty much there on 0. You can see that. Yeah, it's still the same thing. About 15, 20 thousandths. It's off. Alright, well what I'll do is I'll probably end up getting a test bar and seeing I get any better results. I could actually do something too with the, I can probably try to put some, what do? They drill the Allen keys in the chuck itself and like true it up with the plate. I know a lot of people were making back plates for their chucks to true them up, and like I said, I could always do that if I wanted to. This piece is perfect, and it's just on the chuck maybe with alignment. Again, I just test fit this. I really didn't play with it. It's a little bit easier to deal with that. I've been trying to deal with this monster. Got that monster, and then my 10-inch. Unfortunately, my 10-inch chuck, I should say my 4-jaw chuck, is really a monster. Oh, there's my 4-jaw chuck. Yeah, see the difference in that size? I think this is a 10-inch. So that fits on there nice, but it's just, again, it's just huge overkill. And every time I got to change them, it's a pain. But anyway, well, thanks for watching and staying with me. I will have to do an updated video because I seem like there's a little bit of a gap here too. I could probably trim this back a little bit more, and I could probably trim this, take all this off. I don't know if I need anything, but this is perfect, this plate. So my main thing is the chuck, just getting the chuck true to that, which again, if I have to, I can always, maybe put one right there, put a set screw right there, and I can actually, because I did leave a lip in there, and I can even bring the lip back, make it a thicker lip, and see if I can adjust it this way and see how true I can get it. So, well, anyway, thanks for watching and, you know, sticking with me through this little project that had a lot of steps to it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Take care. Alright, you know what? I think I know what my problem was. I didn't have this wasn't tight. The Allen keys I used for this were actually a little too long and I didn't have them tight, so this thing was actually flopping around. My mistake. Simple problem, right? Anyway, I went and put that end mill back in again. There, we're back at 0 if you can see that. And I'll turn my machine on and I got nothing. Nothing. So I'm pretty happy with that. And again, if I, you'll see as I take it off, you know, I can move it in and out and it'll come off, jumping up right there. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'm very, yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. There's nothing. It's perfect. So I'll deal with that for now. Probably just end up leaving. I think I'm going to do a couple stamps. I'll probably just stamp it a little bit up here, you know, maybe on this and here, a couple spots. So I know that if I ever take this off, I can put about, there's probably no reason for me to take this off, but just in case I do for some reason, at least I'll mark it up, because I can use this plate for other things too, so it's not just for this. But I am glad that I figured it out. In fact, I actually put some washers in there. I'm going to take it off again because I actually put some washers in there, and as you can see, this one's sticking out a little bit more, so I gotta, you know, just enlarge the hole a little bit so I can get that in a little better. But I'm very happy with it now. So you know, sometimes I guess you try the easiest problems first. But anyway, for the second time, thanks for watching. I am very glad. Do not leave your chuck in there. I am very glad that this all worked out. And like I said, I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. And hope it's not too hot where you're at. Here we're about 100 degrees, so in Pennsylvania. So take care, guys. See you on the next one.